Welcome back to the Golf Babe podcast. I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm Andrea.
And as always, we're starting off with Maraca.
Look at her.
You know her. You
Iconic.
love her. You've probably had her. I feel like it was kind of weird to bring Maraca into a wine boutique, but there are reasons, and we will tell you why.
Yeah.
So, before we dive in, this podcast might feel a little bit different. We're going to stick to a theme. We're going to try for a 20 to 25-minute podcast, so let's test it out.
Yeah, we're trying something not new, but a little new today.
Like a little tidbit and hopefully things that you can learn if you're studying wine or business. This podcast is going to be good for you. So, Maraca, tell us your favorite parts.
Okay, so I like Maraca because it's very recognizable. It has like the Tiffany blue like label that's like very iconic. You can spot it easily and you know it's Maraca.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it's affordable luxury, right? Like it's a Bubbles, it's a step up from like I hate to name out other brands, but like Andre and Corbel is like what you see at the grocery store. Like it's a step up from that, but you don't feel as pretentious as like carrying in a bottle of Veuve.
Yeah, I like that. I think Maraca doesn't get the attention that it deserves sometimes because it has been so like widely pushed on the public as an affordable Prosecco, but it follows all the standards.
Yes, it follows the DOC, which don't get me to say it, it's Italian, but it has the DOC label, which basically means that they followed like the set of laws that Italy sets for wine. Mm-hmm. So like they're the real deal. There's a ton of wine that comes out of Italy that does not have the DOC like standards.
And that even goes all the way down to where it's grown in Italy. So if you have a DOC standard, it is basically a set of rules that you have to follow. And that's even down to like the exact region. That you can grow Prosecco.
And the Prosecco in this region is Veneto. So
it's
Veneto, Italy.
Yes.
And it is made with the Glera grape. And if you've heard us talk about some of our other bubbles, it cannot be called Prosecco because it's from California, not from Italy.
Yes.
But it is still 100% Glera grape.
There you have it. So it's Glera grape grown in Veneto, Italy, which makes it a Prosecco. So if it's a Glera grape grown in a different part of Italy, it's not going to be called Prosecco. It's going to be called sparkling wine. So little tidbit there. We love the fun. I feel like that's a new development for even our staff was like the different types of bubbles in different regions. But
yeah, I think so many people are quick to call a bubble a champagne, but you can't because it has to be from the Champagne region of France, made with the Champagne method.
Yes, and Maraca is not. It's Prosecco, so it's not made in any similar style to Champagne. They're all made so completely different. Champagne has two different.
Yeah, a secondary fermentation. And Champagne, its secondary fermentation is in the bottle, whereas this Prosecco, its secondary fermentation is in stainless steel tanks. So it keeps it a little bit lighter.
Yes. I feel like it'd be fun for people to really try Prosecco and Champagne right next to each other.
I would love to do a blind taste test.
Let's do
That'd
it.
Be super fun.
Maraca and Veuve. That'd be so funny.
You know what? I feel like I really could taste the difference. When we did that bubble tasting with Jill in Mobile, I feel like I could definitely tell.
Yes, absolutely. Maraca, though, like she's just a good standard bubbles. Don't let the over-consumerism label scare you. I know it's
still
in
a really
store.
solid choice.
It is. And just the fact that they have the DOC label to me means that they invest the time, they invest the effort, like they're following the standards. That's a big deal in Italian wine. A lot of them we've talked about don't have the DOC. That doesn't make it a bad wine. It just means they're not like to that next level. It's not to that next standard. And a lot of times it's usually more affordable wine because they don't have to pay to get that DOC license. So definitely try it out.
When do we have Maraca at Golf Babe? Because we are a boutique and we try to feature like lesser known wines.
So for events, we just had a bottle painting, but this is what's the most exciting part.
Yeah.
Is Pilates and Prosecco. Maraca is going to be hosting or presenting, however you want to say it, even sponsoring some of our Pilates and Proseccos.
Yes, I'm so excited for that. Like I feel like it's been our goal from day one is to like partner with a brand and do an event with a brand. And one of our other brands reaching out wanting to support gave me like the confidence and like the
drive to,
people
ask.
So then I was like, Maraca.
Not that I didn't have high hopes, I just didn't have expectations for anybody. I didn't have expectations for even Archer Roos to come and be like,
and they were offering
like, oh my gosh.
Like, I'll take whatever you're willing to to support.
And it was funny because our distributors are like, so, like, what's your vision? I'm like, girl. I mean, anything they're willing to do to collaborate with Golf Babe and Pilates and Prosecco, I would be incredibly happy with. So, and La Marca was gracious with their sponsorship. So, we're very excited to feature them, and obviously the bubbles you get after Prosecco will be La Marca.
Yes.
So
it's going to be March 21st. It's going to be our very first Pilates and Prosecco back, like coming back from fall.
Cute.
We'll have a little photo op opportunity.
Yep.
It's going to be really fun.
Yes. So we'll see you then. Make sure you reserve. If you love La Marca, have never had it, or drink it all the time, come see us on March 21st.
Yep.
Yay. Okay.
All right, here comes the new part.
Yes.
So I feel like we're always talking about like upcoming events, past events, and then we always have like a little spill about something, whether it's wine club or what have you, but we're going to kind of focus on other things.
Yes. I want this to be a place where people can come, you know, if you're studying wine and you need like a brain break from all the like
really, pinkies up, like nerding all the way out.
Technical, that like you can watch this, you can learn something about some wine, may it be a region, literally any fun fact. And then on the other side of it, if you're a business owner of any sort and a woman business owner at that, this is going to benefit you in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So I think Andrea had a really good idea for the first time that we do this, because this relates to anyone in business.
Mm-hmm.
So her topic today is
what I've learned about myself by being in business, or like opening my own business, being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
My husband and I were like organically talking about it the other night, and whenever you said you wanted to switch into like more helpful topics, I was like, oh, I think that this could be really cool to talk about, because we had like an hour-long conversation the other night about like
it's
what
so
I've learned.
Big. I don't know if I've had expectations to change going into a business. Like, I don't know if that was something that ever.
No.
Yeah.
It was not on my radar.
No.
I will say that like I had like a really good career, and I managed a lot of people and a lot of projects, and like I worked for the like military, the government, and I just didn't even really, it wasn't on my radar that my management style was going to have to change when opening a bar.
I think like you could go as far to say that your job kind of represents your personality sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would say in my other jobs, I think my personality was a little bit different because of what I was doing and what I had to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
And this takes up way more time than a corporate job. Don't ever think.
Yeah.
That
I didn't want a 9 to 5, and now I have a
24/7. But you working with military contractors for most of your professional career, and then I worked with healthcare, and so we kind of just came together, worked with a completely different crowd. Like, these are not the same people in any way, shape, or form. This is a completely different personality type when you work in the service industry. And I worked in the service industry as a bartender, so, like, I know the mindset. But on the other side,
I did not know the mindset.
I feel bad for my managers and the owner of the bar that I worked for.
It makes you think of them in a new light.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, they're people too, and there's a lot of times that I'm like, guys, like, come on. I know it feels like you're doing this to a business, but you're doing it to a person. So managing expectations has been a big one.
Yeah. One of the big things that stood out to me was, okay, in my corporate job, if there was a skill or a task that I was not 100% knowledgeable of, or didn't have a lot of background like on, my bosses would be like, wow, Andrea is so smart, she'll figure anything out, like, let's give it to her and she'll get it done.
Oh, this is fun. I like where this is
going. Then whenever I came to Golf Babe and I'm opening this restaurant, and like my staff knew that I'd never owned a restaurant or worked in the service industry, instead of having the opinion of like, oh, Andrea is so smart, she'll figure it out, some of my old staff was like, Andrea doesn't know what she's doing. I could do this better than her. And I'm like, whoa, hold up. Like,
that was weird.
It was so weird. And I think it's just like, I don't know how to say it kindly, but like just the type of people that were saying those things. I'm like, yo, give me a little more credit than that. Like,
no, that's fair. That was a weird situation. Not one I would have ever predicted.
No, like, and that was very hard on me, because it like really took a shot to my self-confidence, because I've never had someone act like that towards me, because I've always been in like a prestigious role that like people are like, Andrea can do anything.
No, that's fair. That was a weird one. I remember this happening. I remember it happening to both of us in a conversation, and we both were like, what?
I stopped right there. I was like, you will not say that. You stop it.
Yeah, no, that was
It was easier for me to stand up for you than it was to stand up for myself. Because when I saw it happening to you, I was like, you're not going to do that. But whenever they would do it to me, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I know who we're talking about, and we're not going to name any names because it doesn't matter, but, like, it always happened third party. Like, it never was to our face until this one conversation.
And then it was to your face, and I was like, what is going on?
Yes! Oh my god, attack! But that was a big one when we first started, and I'm young, very young, for what I do in my own business. So, on top of only have been being a bartender in the past, like, I do have that experience as a bartender and a cart girl. So, I understand the service industry. I understand working in it. But I had never done management. I had never done, I did inventory, but they fed off of it like piranhas.
Mm-hmm.
Like our first opening staff, and I'm not saying everyone because we still have people from our opening staff, but the ones that did, they felt like piranhas. Like, if they weren't here, we'd do this better.
Multiple people said that, and I'm like, huh.
Like, well, then do it. Go do it. I'd love to watch. I'd love to go to your bar.
Yeah. And I think that the thing that I learned was, like, I really let that, like, that really hit my self-confidence. And I feel like I had to get over that hump. And I think I even told you today, like, I will never let someone do that to me or you ever again. Like, I had to get that one little thing out of my system. Now I know.
It was a learning curve for both of us.
Yeah.
Because it definitely set precedence. Like, it happened one time and we let it happen, or it happened, like, within conversations, and it grew. It grew to something much bigger. So we definitely changed. We probably are a little bit more strict now, and not in a bad way. It's just protect your peace. There is peace inside of your business. And if you don't protect that environment for the people who actually care about your business too, it goes to shit.
And I think
we watched that happen.
It was so interesting because, like, I had never dealt with that in my past career. Like, in the corporate world and in the military world, it's very hierarchy based, and everyone sticks to their hierarchy, and no one, like, crosses over. Even to the point where, like, in the government, they have levels, like GS 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I was a GS 12, and I messaged a GS 14, and they were like, why didn't you message the 13? You cannot go. You can't step two above. And I was like, I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's...
And so, like, then step into a role where it was like
we're all in the same.
Yeah, like, where people didn't respect authority. I was like, whoa, what do we do? Like, take a step back.
There were a lot of things. And being able to handle that is where the change came. Like, have I been in uncomfortable situations? Yeah. I've been in plenty of uncomfortable conversations. I was in sales, healthcare sales, of course. But this is different. So being able to manage and morph into the person that they need, like, and morph into their communication style so that they hear it in a way that it is effective.
I feel like you're very good at that.
Thanks.
I give you a lot of credit for that.
Thanks.
You're so welcome.
But I think I've been on the opposite end where people didn't morph into my communication style, and I just didn't get it. And so being able to see that, and then also being able to learn their communication style is hard.
That's been one of my biggest challenges.
Really hard, because day to day, like, work conversation is so different. That's not their communication style. You can hide your personality for a long time.
Ooh, that's one thing I learned too. Yeah.
That's a good one. That one came up organically.
Yeah, people hiding their true colors in front of us and hiding them for a month, 2 months, 3 months. But at the end of the day, you can only hide who you really are for so long.
Yeah.
And then it's going to seep out.
And honestly, like, the people that we've had from opening, like, being able to trust in them, in, like, their feedback, they're never coming to us to be tattletales or anything. But I think at the very beginning, like, things were being told to us, and we're like, oh, it's fine, like, like, it'll shake out, and, like, we didn't trust in why they were telling us or what they were telling us. Not even that. It was just like they were protecting the environment, and I didn't recognize that. You know, I think there's a lot of tension behind the bar sometimes, you know, and I always say, we're selling drinks, not saving lives. But it gets stressful back there.
Yeah, when you have 10 people like, I need my drink now, and I'm like, whoa, hold on, you put in your drink order 3 minutes ago and it's a full bar. But it is very high stress when you have multiple people staring at you, watching you, telling you, where's my drink?
Yeah. No, it's stressful. And when there's two people back there and one isn't pulling weight like the other one is, it gets stressful. Mm-hmm. And so how people react in those stressful situations are very important. And we don't always see that because we're usually not there when it's like balls to the wall busy. Mm-hmm. You know, we're there for opening shift. We used to always be there for like shift change. So we're getting the calm side of everybody. Mm-hmm. So they're able to like really mask that. And I feel like you came in one time, it was super busy. And you like saw a snap of like one of, do you know who I'm talking about?
No, keep going. I might have like trauma dumped it.
We like
out of my brain.
We loved this person. She was super bubbly to everybody and she couldn't handle the stress.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And
now
like that side of her that we had never seen before, it came out on Andrea.
It came out on me. And you know what? By that point, I had already kind of learned my lesson. And I was like, hey, you ain't going to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that I just said ain't. You're not.
You ain't.
You're not going to talk to me like that. And I'm not going to beg you to stay if you have a bad attitude. So if that's how you want to act, you can get out the door.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up with that.
Yeah.
And now I've kind of learned, like, when I'm interviewing people, I'm like, I said the presidents then. I'm like,
that we're going to get along and we're going to be nice.
Yeah. Like, I'm not putting up with the BS. We've got a good team. We've got a good crowd. And I don't want anyone coming in and disrupting that. And I was like, I let them know, like, I'm going to protect the peace that we have with our staff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Morphing and changing and managing has been really different. And it's, again, it wasn't a problem I ever foresaw. And I think we'll probably change a lot between now and if you talk to us in a year from now. And we've definitely changed a lot from a year ago today.
Yeah.
So it's been very fun to watch all of the personalities come in. Mm-hmm. And it's funny. It's just like the golf babe lifestyle kind of like morphs people. Like, I don't know. I think all of our team members kind of like become this like one big personality.
I know. They all get along so well. I think they do.
Yeah.
They might be hiding it from me, but they get along pretty well.
Yeah. Like, I think even the ones we've had now, like, they've had their tiffs and like they're able to work it out now. As before, when we first opened, it was like a tiff happened and they were done. Like, one problem erupted and then that person was gone.
How do you think that we've contributed to like changing that behavior?
I feel like people watch us interact. I'm like, we've gone through a lot of stressful things, and, like, it doesn't ever waver our relationship. Like, of course, we've had fights and arguments and disagreements, but, like, we still come in every day, and we still smile, and we still joke, and I feel like being calm sets that precedence. Like, when we come in, it's stressful, we're like, okay, like, let's go.
I think like, that's helped our staff is watching us, like, jump in and know that we're going to come in and, like,
they're not on a sinking ship.
Yeah. Like,
they're not alone.
Definitely
not. I think a good piece of advice that was given to us, too, which I feel like we knew this, but it was good to hear from another restaurant owner, was that you put yourself in every position so that nobody can outskill you. Mm-hmm. You can send somebody home, and you can jump into that position immediately. And them not having that power, which they did at the very
beginning, and it was literally said to me, well, you can't do it. And I was like,
watch me. Yeah, so now, like, Andrea and I, we've done everything. We did everything in the beginning, but, you know, there was only so much time. Like, we can work in the kitchen, we can bartend, we can serve, we can literally bar back, security.
That reminds me of the day when we had to kick out somebody. Oh. And it was...
That was funny.
I would have paid good money to watch that from, like, a camera. Because, like, I feel like we looked like two little chihuahuas. But, like...
Because I'm doing this. And I turn around and Andrew's doing this.
I'm like... Da-da-da-da-da.
And it was...
And then I realized that, like, it might have been over me and you's, like, collectively together, I feel like we probably could have made it work out.
Oh, 100%.
But I turned around and I was like, my husband's here. I'm like, why am I doing this? I was like, Cody, get over here.
Yeah, that was funny. And it was like an ongoing joke of like why my boyfriend didn't come. I said, Andrew was right behind me.
Yeah.
He knew we got
Who needed Hunter when you had me?
I was like, we were good. We were ready.
I feel like if you know me in college, I was like the friend, like if something was going to go down, you wanted Andrea on your side.
Yeah, no, everyone called me and then you've got two of those barking at this guy to get out of the pink bar. Like, Come on.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, that is funny. So we have done security. Love that.
Yeah, we really have.
Mm-hmm.
So now we've done everything, and that was not that I always say this. I'm not big on self-help videos because I'm like, this isn't riveting to me. But and you said it the best, sometimes hearing it in a certain scenario, in a certain environment, it like clicks different in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And when he told us that, it just made sense. Like, obviously we knew that.
Yeah, like, it's not groundbreaking information, but
like, executing it and our team seeing us do it, like, they can't.
Yeah, can't.
Like,
what
love
you
ya.
say now?
Love all of you, but, like, you can't hold any power over me. Like, if I'll do it.
And again, it's, like, very interesting, right? Because, like, I don't have that mindset. Like, I respect the authority of, like, well, your job is to do, like, in the corporate world, like, I would never tell the CEO that he didn't know how to do my environmental job. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like, like, his job is not to be an environmental person. His job is to run the company and run the vision of the company and, like, think strategically and manage the funds. And, like, he has a much bigger picture. But, like, so then to come into an environment where, like, your employees are like, well, you can't do my job. And I'm like, no. That's just so weird to me. And I really had to, like, mentally get over that hurdle that's, like, the mindset.
Which is a wild statement.
Yeah.
Like,
but I really did. I had to, like, get over that. Like, I was like, why are you going to talk to me like that? Like, what?
Crazy behavior. Wild. And I think we learned how to weed out those people really, really, really fast. And another piece of advice, if you're in the bar industry, that somebody else gave me was don't hire super experienced bartenders. It's like, train them to be your bartender, not to come with their baggage from their old bar to your bar.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, the other day, I hired a young girl who was only bartended at one spot for, like, 6 months. And that's what made me want to hire her, is because I'm like, she can learn the Gulf Babe way and not come in with 10, 15 years of experience. But, this isn't the way
I did it.
Yeah. And I was like, she's just happy to be here, and she wants to be here, and she wants to learn the Gulf Babe way, and she'll be a little more moldable.
Yeah. And I mean, I say that with love and kindness, but, and I'm not grouping people together, but the amount of, like, really experienced bartenders we've had come in and just be like, no, like, you need to do it this way, this is the way we did it before.
I can, like, think of 3 or 4 off the top of my head who, like, made my life 10 times harder than it needed to be because they thought that their way was the only way. And sometimes I have to say, hey, well, there's multiple ways to do everything.
Literally.
Including math. I can't wait for my child to come home with math. We were talking about this at the ballpark. They're like, oh, just wait. And I'm like,
I'm actually ready. Is it going to be, like, the childhood memories where you're, like, screaming? Like, I would never do math with my dad.
Yeah. No, well, they do it so differently now. Like, most parents are like, truly, you're not going to be able to help your child with math because they teach it so differently. And that's, like, the kind of experience I'm thinking about with, like, all of our employees. Like, you can do every single thing so many different ways that if you get locked into only doing it one way, like, you limit yourself, you limit who you work for.
So true. And I think we've gotten a lot of compliments on being moldable in the business. Like, I'm talking menus, I'm talking wine, I'm talking recipe cards. I think people see that, and we are always adjusting personality-wise and in the business, which I think at the end of the day is the moral of the story here, is being moldable, being changeable, being able to adapt to different people, different scenarios is huge.
And one of the things we always say that we always compliment each other on and why we work well together is being able to pivot. Like, if something doesn't work, whoop, shoop, next thing, oh, that didn't work, we're going to do this. Like, just being able to move and change, ebb and flow.
I think people get, like, really attached to ideas or processes or ways, and, like, I never do. Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just because it was my idea, it doesn't mean that I'm stupid because my idea didn't work. You know? But, yeah, be changeable, be moldable, and drink La Maraca and come to Pilates and Prosecco.
Yeah. So, so that's kind of a taste of what you can expect for some of our upcoming episodes. We're going to try to focus on business and wine and maybe feature not just alcohol, but maybe feature other local businesses.
Oh, fun. I like that.
We've been talking about that for a hot minute. I'm like, we got to get that on the books.
Yeah, the next one on the books, which you guys can hold me accountable here, is I want to get together with Cheeseburger Randy's and do a wine tasting. And we'll record the whole thing and, like, pair it with their burgers and find, like, the best wine that you can come pick up from Gulf Bay because we are retail. And you can get to go from Cheeseburger Randy's and you can go enjoy at home.
Oh my gosh, what a fun girls' night that would be with you and your girlfriends.
So much fun.
But Cheeseburger Randy did warn us. He's like, I curse like a sailor. I'm like, you'll be fine. We're
a bar. We're 21 and up. We're good.
We're all adults here.
Yeah.
So look out for that, because let's get that on the books.
And cheers. Remember, March 21st, La Maraca will be at our Pilates and Prosecco.
Yep. See you then. Cheers.